Oh, whoops. Alright, hi guys. I'm, why do I keep on? Okay. Going to play some, more OCS, some jump. Got, entanglements still. I was initially a bit worried about entanglements after set 9, and now not all of set 9 is in jump right now. Relatively unprotected isn't, and that's at least theoretically bad for entanglements. But the more significant thing that's going to be affecting entanglements is the ability for Rescue in the Clouds to cancel close call, and that's bad for sure. But I think I've found after a few games that A Dark Time for the Rebellion is a perfectly accessible substitute. Because there were a lot of things that you wanted to close call for, of course. It's just an overall really good card. But the biggest thing was you wanted close call for when you attacked with Veers and they top deck to 6. Because you can't always get 6 extra forfeit on that thing. That is a thing you can play around, but you might not have the space, the force to do it. You might not have the tempo to do it, the cards to do it. So in that event, having a Dark Time for the Rebellion really serves pretty much the same purpose. They draw a 6, you subtract 1, it's 5, Blizzard choose a main. If they draw a 7, that's bad. But that's muscle selecting. Although, again, maybe that's the other part of relatively unprotected, that when I do that, does that... Okay, it doesn't. Good. But yeah, so I changed that. So I'm now no longer running close calls. The other thing I was thinking was, why? And maybe someone can explain this to me because I'm not entirely confident on this math. Does it? Have we just been wrong for years? Does it ever make sense to play according to my design? Let's say I'm 40% to win against with entanglements against Throne Room if I don't play according to my design. And I'm 60% to win with it. These numbers might not be right, and maybe if the numbers are disparate enough according to my design, gets better. But I think the relevant point is the thing that you care about is the percentage by which you increase your win rate in that match. Shouldn't you then multiply that by the percentage of the field that throne room comprises? And that should give you the overall increased win rate based on the inclusion in the deck. Well, that should give you the full positive, but not the net positive. Right? Because it's never going to be useful in any situation other than against throne room mates. It has no other function. So let's say throne room's 15% of the meta. I don't know the actual statistic there. But 15% is pretty high. That's like around a sixth of the meta. So wouldn't you just multiply 15 by 20, or 0.15 by 0.2? And that's 3%. That's nothing. And then you need to subtract how much having a dead card, that is Destiny 4, but still, a dead card, in 85% of your matches costs you. Maybe it lowers your win rate by 2% to have a totally dead card. So 0.85 times 0.2 is what? 4.25? So that's net negative right there. What if it's 1%? Let's not make it such an easy decision. Let's say it's 1%. And that's what? Wait, did I do that math wrong? .85 times 0.02 is 0.017. So that's 1.7%. How did I mess that? Whatever, I messed the math up. So let's say it's that. So, alright, so that's 0.8% decrease. So there's a 2.2% overall increase. I feel like that's not good enough to justify inclusion of a card in the deck. I feel like there are cards that get you more percentage points than that. And I also think 1% is too low. I just did that because the math seemed bad. How much worse does having according to my design make you in other matches? I think a decent amount. So yeah, sorry I'm not yet playing a game. I see I've picked up one viewer. Hooray. Or two. I don't know if that number counts me or not. But whoever you are, hello. And also maybe you might say that it's more than a 20% uptick in the win rate. Especially in entanglements. Entanglements, if it's good in any deck, it's good in entanglements. Because you get to start the Emperor at the docking bay. You get the mobilization points activation from turn 1. And you get the force drain turn 1 because you already have this battleground system. And if you get an ATST or, well, pretty much an ATST because you can't deploy battle deployment turn 1, you can do ATST to that docking bay really easily and be secure. From like everything, pretty much. But again, I mean, one of the things that, I mean, close call, protecting the Emperor from weapons, or anything from weapons, that's, a Dark Time for the Rebellion doesn't do that nearly as well. So, I don't want to act like I didn't get hurt at all. But I feel like it's still really good. But anyway, if any deck, I think Entanglements benefits more from according to my design than any other deck would. And I don't think it's more than 20%. I mean, with it, you're not 70% to beat Throne Room. But without it, you're not 30. I think 40 to 60 is... I don't even think you're 40 without it against Throne Room. I think it's like 45, 60 or something like that, maybe. Which is kind of an argument against tech cards in general. I think... I mean, Decree is kind of... like, Decree V against WAP is more than a 20% card, because a lot of times you're just like 10% if you don't have that card. They'll just turtle at their 2 sites and do 4 damage to you without breaking a sweat or anything like that, and you're in trouble. Ginger, come here. Hold on. Maybe in the future I should wait until I get a game. But, I mean, this is also, this is my first time. I'm using OBS for the first time, and I'm streaming to Twitch for the first time since, like, a couple of years, I think. Or I'm streaming to Twitch on my own account for the first time in a couple of years. So, actually, OBS is a whole lot easier than XSplit. I don't know why I stuck with XSplit. Well, because XSplit was the first one I Googled or something. Downloaded it, but yeah. When I watch other streams, pretty much everyone uses OBS, and it's pretty easy, turns out. So it took me like a total... most of the time was trying to figure out how to find my stream key. Hey, what's up, Angela? And once I found that, then I was set. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting here for someone to join the game. Hopefully, sometimes it takes longer than others. I'll often pop into the jump lobby, see if there's an open table, and if not, then I leave, because I don't always like just kind of waiting around forever. And if there is, then I'll join it. And yeah. So in the meantime, I'll just chat, and then yeah. So this month's going pretty well in terms of the OCS. I've already qualified in April or something like that. I think I qualified the second month. I wanted to qualify the first month, so I wouldn't have to pay, the first month being free. And then I was like, okay, well, I guess I should probably buy the whole package so I can play in all of them, and then I qualify the first month. So But no, I'm glad that I have had the opportunity to play in all these other games. So it's not like it was leaving value on the table. Now that I'm getting a response. Hey, what's up, Greg? Yeah, I'm going to be putting, I just mentioned this at first, I'm going to be putting this stuff up on YouTube afterwards. Once, you know, there's a game, and maybe if I can figure out how to cut stuff off at the beginning, I'll cut off this time period here. And I will be finishing the joke with the YouTube, so don't worry about that. I told you that I know what the punchline is, and I will follow through. You'll find out in a year or so, maybe. I don't know how long I think I'm like over halfway done. Okay, well, we can play some Hearthstone while we wait. So, I've just pretty much been playing Entanglements. I've got a second Entanglements, a Senate, and Watch Your Step. Second Entanglement is Troopers, which I was kind of thinking, okay, maybe retransition to Troopers is the way to go after the hit to Close Call. But I'm a little concerned about Troopers. Oh, I wonder if you can actually see my Hearthstone. You probably don't. Oh, okay. Huh, interesting. Alright, let's see if I know how to stream. Add window capture. Window Hearthstone. Okay, am I now streaming the Hearthstone? No. Why is it not doing that? Basically, I'm just waiting for a game here. And simultaneously trying to figure out how to do this stuff. Alright, can we just delete that? Alright, so there's the scene 1. So am I now streaming that again? Did I mess everything up? You think, so I don't keep the close calls. So I switched from close call to A Dark Time for the Rebellion. And it's worse in most cases, for sure. But the biggest thing that you wanted the close call for was attacking with a Walker and Veers and them top decking a 6. Because you can't always put DS615 or whatever on board. A Dark Time for Rebellion does combat that just as well. The problem though is I think Hidden Base got so much better. Hey, we got a game. Hey, Steve Cellucci. Alright, here we go. And Hidden Base and canceling Close Call, because Close Call was your best thing against Hidden Base, was... that's scary. So, that's kind of what most made me worried about the Trooper IE, because it's a lot weaker to Hidden Base than than the traditional IE is. Okay. Well, we can cause some force loss with this, so that's one way that this is better. Let's grab, do we grab something or do we save that for the limit? No, we've got justice, so I want beers. So here I was just talking about, I cut according to my design, because I was thinking it wasn't worth the 15 to 20% increase in the percentage in the throne room matchup when throne room is maybe only 15% of the meta. But I don't know if I've done the math wrong in assessing that. And I'm open to the possibility that I've missed some crucial component of the calculation there. But this, of course, is when it hurts me. In the one game, of course, according to my design, would have been the best card of my deck in terms of how much more often I'd win. But you can't evaluate card choices on a game-by-game standpoint. You have to evaluate them in the context of the meta entirely. What's this? Alright, let's get rid of that. Hard matchup with IE. It's not really. I would rather face mains decks in general than decks like QMC or WAP or Old Allies. I want a deck where I'm fighting as opposed to racing, usually. I mean, I'm fine against the race decks. It's not like that's a weakness. I'm just saying, all other things being equal, I would probably usually rather face a means deck. Now, that might not be the case of Throne Remains without according to my design. I'm guessing I'm probably below 50% without that card here. But, yeah, we'll see. This hand could be better. We'll say that. You got one Twix only. It's kind of a medium result for me, I guess. Alright, just gonna grab the standard Piet and Ozzel here. Let's see, he gets that. Yeah. Alright, and you can skip it below 50% also because the throne room, more space in my throne room, so it's better versus IE. Yeah, that could be. Just, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday, last night. I played an IE game where Hitgo came down very late and killed Devastator because I just had been devoting everything to the ground. And not everything, I mean Ozzel was on board. But he got the 2 Destiny. But I still managed to win because I just took control of all of the ground. And just forced in there. Okay, what do we got in the force pile? And I think we have to justice this turn. So despite the fact that there's going to be 2 locations in reserve, and usually I'll want to have pulled out all of the locations prior to using justice, it's not going to be possible right now. I'm too vulnerable in the system if I don't play justice. Do I just save force after this? What big is there? Nothing really, right? Looks like barrack is active, which is nice. So save 4. And I'll activate yeah. Alright, so this we'll put, I guess we put both of these on the left and then the junkyard and docking bay on the right. No, we'll put this on the right for now. And then junkyard here, docking bay here. So this way we just keep the separation going. I don't think there's a reason to pull with Piet prior to doing justice. If I get battle deployment on justice, then I'll just grab something else with Piet and that's fine. So I'll justice now. I did put a sight on there and that's unfortunate, but like I was saying, I had to do it this turn. I knew the risk, took the risk. I mean, it's not even like I'd say the risk didn't pan out. It's just that was an expected downside of something that I knew I had to do anyway. And so even if I knew that a Tatooine site would be stacked on justice, I think I still make that decision. And so, of course, with it just being an improbability, that was the decision to make. Alright, let's see. So now, if he deploys somewhere, I probably respond with Veers. If he attacks space, I don't have actually that much for that one. What were the interrupts? Command, enforce partial. I could take command off of justice. Command for Thrawn. Had a couple of guys. So he does have, oh, okay, so you get the traits, and we know that in hand he has General Organa. So if I pull an Admiral's Order, I need to get pretty quick value out of it. Alright, so anyway, fly casual. Tardium or Tantive 4, and I see the Falcon. So the Falcon, fly casual, I don't see Tantive 4. Does this mean he's unlikely to have profundity? I don't know if I can make that call. I see escape pod and we're doomed. Rebel leadership. Wait, didn't he already used rebel leadership? What did he pull? I was talking to you guys, I don't remember. That just kind of flew by me. There it is. Oh, General Leia. Okay. Right. Oh, do I still have Hearthstone open? Let's close Hearthstone. And we'll pass this deploy phase action. Let's see, I run one justice, Jerry. Spy beats. Yeah, here's the thing, I don't really care. A lot of people will just do Corrin and Luke and battle and something, and they'll cause like, 10 to 15 overflow. That's fine with me. Honestly, I mean, 15 is kind of like if it's 10 overflow, I take that trade. Like if they want to spend their turn 2 causing 10 overflow for me, I am happy. That's fantastic for me. If they cause like 15 to 20, it becomes difficult to win. But I think people really overestimate the importance of force loss in this game. When you ruin your board to do it, it's not worth it. But like a play that's kind of fine is just Corrin Battle. I think Corrin Battle is a much better play than Corrin Luke Battle. Because that just kills Piet, it takes me off of my mobilization points, and so here's interesting. Well, here's a situation where the whole close call thing is a whole lot better than Dark Time, because he's got this, he is like my father before me. So if I battle, he draws a 6, I can only subtract 1. But he adds 1. So it still is going to kill Veers. He draws a 5, I can subtract 1. Basically Justice and this are a wash. So the question is if I want to burn the Justice to get the Docking Bay into hand. I think I just try to kill Luke here. He draws a natural 6. That's fine. What did I see? I saw Fly Casual. Did I see a couple Lukes? I would assume that I must have. What's my play other than that? I don't have a play other than that. There's no... Unless I want to play Executor here. Alright, well, we're always... Oh, I didn't Piet. That was wrong. That was definitely wrong. Alright, so here's... Okay. So instead what I could do is... Blizzard 2, Battle Deployment, Blizzard Scout 1, eye roll, cancel Luke's game text battle, and that saved Veers. But then he goes Leia somewhere else, turns off my Admiral's Order, and I don't have a way to actualize Veers. How's my Destiny? Destiny is not good at all. What if I battle deployment for the Tempest 1, get Veers, then battle? I don't think Destiny is likely to kill Luke at this point. It's pretty bad. Which makes me think that the Blizzard Scout 4 plays, the Blizzard Scout 1 play is the way to go. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so this we put on this side. That we'll put Icar on board Blizzard Scout 1. Does it matter? I don't see how it could matter. I think now I'll battle. Do I care about dodge? Do I think he's likely to have dodge? What else would I pull? Battle's plan, ultimatum, firepower. Firepower. Yeah, let's just get the firepower just in case. No justice. Do I know justice? I really want that docking bay actually. Let's take the docking bay. Because I don't think he's going to battle me. Well, it depends on what he draws. If he draws an actual 6 here, that could be a problem. Well, not really. I just forfeit Blizzard 2. Alright, so he forfeits a 4. Or draws a 4, so I forfeit eye roll here. PF for the NTST. And Blizzard 2 gets some immunity. Yeah, but Blizzard Scout 1 is going to be not immune anyway. So like the goal, the ideal was to forfeit eye roll here. And if he wants to walking back the saber at this point, that's fine with me. I'm not pulling coward or whatever. Actually, do I want coward? What does coward do for me? No. I want battle plan. I want resistance maybe. I have Hyrcanos. Maybe I want coward. He'll have a second lightsaber. I don't care enough about the lightsaber. No, we're not doing that. Okay, there's that other Admiral's Order. That's pretty useless here. We'll draw another one. Okay, that's not bad. Alright, so I saw Angela suggest a different line. Tempest 1, get command from Justice. Yeah, I was thinking about that. The thing is, the 2 reasons I didn't was... Okay, here comes Corrin. This is fine. And the reasons I didn't want to do that, yeah, so Corrin Luke, if he has another one here, this could actually cause me to lose the game. Because if he had the 6, that would have been really bad. And I wasn't confident in my ability to draw high enough to break Luke's immunity anyway. Actually, with my hand here, I have no way to punish this Corrin Luke play. This could lose me the game, even just out on its own. If I get overflowed for exactly 10 and lose here, I'm going to regret my words. Well, yeah, this is a reason why stacking in the docking bay is kind of troubling, because you don't want Piet to be vulnerable for too much longer than necessary. The ideal here is he draws low. Let's see. Nope. Even if I subtract 1, he's guaranteed to hit. Alright, so no reasons justice. I think I'm going to just subtract 1 with Dark Time. Or am I? Alright, so I could justice for Force Push. That would get me Blizzard 2, which could help, or Tempest 1, which could help kill Leia. Yeah, let's do that. At this point, I guess I don't even play the docking bay, huh? This, yeah, interior, exterior. Okay, well, so he can Nabrin out if he has Nabrin. But if I don't play the docking bay, he can't transit out. So there's that. Okay. So Piet in 12. Hopefully I don't top deck Tempest 1 here. Alright. I think I just lose it all from reserve. Deck 12. I can lose a trample. That probably makes sense. Well, let's start losing from reserve and see. Oh, that's bad. And I guess, yeah, we'll lose that. Okay. So what would I force push for here? Mara's my best way to kill Leia. But I don't really have a good way to develop after that. Do I have a good flip? Not really. Okay. So now 13. Theron and Veers are just so awkward. They're really both bad in this situation. Alright, so I force drain. I wonder. Alright, we're force pushing for sure this turn. So I get Palpatine 5, 8, 9, 10. No, 5. So the question is, I'm thinking, do I need to kill Leia here? So I could pull. So if I flip that Veer's move, is that better? No. Maybe. How does he respond? What are his attacking characters? I don't think he really has that much. With Luke over there, that's his biggest hitter. What kind of Obi-Wan would he play? He has the Rebel leadership. Did I see Obi-Wan? I don't remember seeing an Obi-Wan, so maybe he has that Obi in hand. Which would make Emperor a bad play. Because he's still suspending. Well, I could Justice, and that would be my last Justice. I think I'd Mara. And battle. And don't flip. Oh, it's so bad if I don't flip. I need to flip this turn, I think. Yeah, I need that 7-side stuff happening. So I could Justice. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do this. So 5, 6, 7. I'm always going to be playing Veers on this eventually, so I'm going to just use those resources now. Go this way. I'm flipped. Get arrow back. And draw. Okay. We can work with this. Let's get Coward and Battle Order here. He does drain 2/2. I don't like it. That's potentially bad for me. Okay. So basically all of his characters, I haven't seen many other characters. He must have a few of them in his hand. Oh, I haven't seen an Obi, I haven't seen a Qui-Gon. Who does he have for pilots? Does he play Poe? I don't know if he'd play Poe. He's got Hera to add battle listening. I wonder if there's other figures for battle listening. That's where he played Dodge also, since he needs to play. Anakin, Obi, Chewie, Solo, Rey. That sounds about right. Yeah, we didn't see Solo just now. We didn't see Chewie. We didn't see Anakin. We didn't see Obi. We saw Rey. So, yeah. He's definitely got a range here that he could come at you with. But he didn't dodge Luke away. But maybe that was because he was going for the profitable executor battle. Which I think, on balance, worked out well for him. Doing it turn 3 is a lot better than doing it turn 2. The later you can do it, the better. Because he was able to... Well, maybe that's not right. That doesn't actually sound right. I think it was just that he was able to put someone to Tatooine while doing it. And I didn't have anything to punish him with. Okay, so he does have that Obi-Wan. So I think here is the last Justice pull if he leaderships. Oh, he's got that too. So this could potentially be bad. If he hits Emperor, this is game over. If not, I'm still probably forfeiting Emperor. So Emperor for Chewie, that's a bad trade for me. And he's going to flip me back. So this may be a demonstration. Well, I mean, of course you don't want to read too much into the data from one instance. But this might go to show that without, according to my design, throne room is that 45% against throne room without, according to my design, was generous estimate on my part. But more testing is probably needed. Alright. So do I react? Yes. Shoots at Emperor. If he misses and I hit the trample, this might not be that bad. He does not miss. I was thinking with this, so this is a situation where a close call would have caused him to miss. Dark time did nothing. If he has the sorry about the mess, that's game. He does not. Alright, well, let's trample Chewie anyway. I think I want domination back. So 19 from the top, 2 from the bottom. I'm not going to be able to find it, so. Okay, so he gets Chewy back. This is a 5. Yeah, I'm just going to keep that. Okay, has to forfeit Obi. If he wants to flip me back, he actually can't. Well, he could. Yeah, he could have lost 2 to flip me back here. Alright, let's do that. Okay. We maybe have a chance here. I need his hand to be bad, I think. Now that the second chew is lost, I kind of am unhappy that I lost the other trample from hand. Or now that second chew is in hand. But, I mean, okay, that's really bad. These cards both do nothing. I can't shake him. Sometimes does not something, but it's worse destiny. I think I need I can't shake him just in case. Now do I try to kill Leia here? No. I think those 2 go to the moisture farm. And I draw. Did I lose a trooper? No. Okay. And these have been just rotting in my hand. It could cause some force loss. There's that. I could find trample, but I see no reason to. At this point, I actually can't really do much with the information about what's in my reserve. That knowledge is actually probably better for him than it is for me. So if he wants to play Chewy here, I guess I trade Chewy for this. Maybe he gets unlucky. And I'll draw. And actually he gets retrieval for Leia. That's bad. That was an unfortunate 7 side there. Let's see if I can get something that does something here. Blizzard Force, not bad. Mara, Stormtrooper Garrison are probably the cards I'm looking for. Barrier's pretty good, actually. I've seen Biss shuffle in his deck multiple times. I don't think he has it in hand. So if he drains, do I lose Elsic? No. Because I think I'm losing Barrack here. So I'll have a trooper to lose. Tempest won't any good. Alright. Do I react to this actually? No. No. Obviously I don't react to a Tom. Wait, maybe I do. Why wouldn't I just have battled him last turn? I didn't spend enough time thinking. Well, because... Okay, he plays Chewy, he battles. Okay, no, because then I don't have barrier. I don't have a force for barrier. So let's not do that. Alright, let's pass. Okay, those were two useless cards. Although they were good destiny. Speaking of good destiny, he's got good destiny. So Qui-Gon, Lando, Anakin. All in deck. Bith Triple not in deck. I have dark. Yeah, I know I have dark time. I was thinking of I want to subtract one though, but his destiny is so good, and the subtracting one has never been relevant. But yeah, I could react. I mean, the react was just. I don't know if that would have even been good. Right now, if he plays Chewy and I barrier, he has to be worried. If I react over, he plays Chewy, I barrier, he's chilling. But yeah, I think this turn I'm playing Dark Time no matter what. I need to start getting action out of these. I also kind of want to cycle some of my. It's like a weird situation where I want to cycle these use interrupts back into my life force so it can actuate the life force, but I don't want them diluting my pulls with the 7 side. But they pretty much have to. Unless, yeah, I could get the barrier back. That I wouldn't complain about that, especially if he doesn't. I mean, it depends on what he does this turn. If he draws a lot this turn, barrier is useless because I know he has a bit of shuffle in his force pile. It's either in his force pile or his hand. I'm thinking it's probably in his force pile. Pop out Twitch chat to be able to overlay it onto the jump stream, then you could interact more. How do I pop out Twitch chat? Okay, Chewy's going there. Obviously not barriering. Okay, that's interesting. Why was Chewy not attack? Okay, he's got the neighboring. Where are they going? To the moisture farm. He draws the 5. Let's add 1 to that. It doesn't cause him to, be unable to do it, but the question is, do I grab? No. Do I still... So this flips me back. Do I have... Is it realistic that I can get occupation going and I need to grab we're doomed combo. I think the answer, maybe it's not realistic. I think the only way I win is if that happens. So I don't grab. Okay, in this draw phase, I can't shake him. So I activate 11 here. I think the answer is yes. He has the force to swing Tree's Bowcaster anyway. Interesting. Okay, she does that. And that's firepower. Right? Love and force. Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2. So I killed Chewie. Now I killed Leia. Okay, so there's a 5, a 4, and an unknown in the deck right now. Kill Leia with Blizzard 4. Move, upkeep. Chewie's a smuggler, so he drains 2 there. Or maybe I just move 1 move. Does he have a way of having a 6 tracked? I don't think so. Let's see what the other reserve card is. Madi, okay. That's not bad. I can get him with Blizzard 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So I keep. Yeah, alright, so let's Blizzard 4 here. This pulls Madi. Kill Leia. Move Veers over. Upkeep, save 1. So Tempest got 3 saves there. That's fine. The gear button under your input chat. Pop out. He gets the 6, so subtract 1 from that. Chat is hidden. Show chat. Favorite set 9 card. Alright, so where am I going to put this that I can read it? without it interfering. Oh wait, I'll just put it over here. Oh wait, no, but then I can't read the chat. Or the game chat, not the Twitch chat. Wait, and then when I click on something, no, this doesn't work, Jerry. Because when I click on something in game, it puts it behind. Okay, and now I move Veers over here. Okay, Blizzard 4. Okay. Favorite card from set 9? Radis. I really like Radis. I think that's a really cool card. A Brave Resistance is cool too. jagteq I like. So the question is now, do I react here? No. Right, definitely not. Because, well, what would I barrier? Well, why wouldn't I have just moved there if I was going to react? I'm scooping the game to under attack already, right? So I just assume he doesn't have under attack. He spent 3 and I spent 1. That would be the reason not to, and that would be the reason to react. I'll trade, but I don't necessarily, if he adds anything, then Chewie survives and my guy dies. Or my other guy dies. And then nothing I can attack with trades 1-for-1 with Chewie. Can I just lose Chewie here? I mean, how am I getting Chewie off the table? I think maybe I just do actually react here. No. Chewie can't allow. Well, do I flip at any point? No, because it'll still be 2 to 3. Yeah, that's not happening. Those 2. Wonder if actually moving Blizzard 4. No, that's still wrong. Chewie is actually really a problem right now. Do I react? That seems crazy. What if he has nothing? Then I just trade Chewie for the vehicle and the pilot? That's fine with me. If he has something that's bad, you know what? Let's see what happens when I react. Do I get out? That turns on sorry about the mess. So I don't. Should have killed Chewie with Thrawn last turn. Maybe. The thing is, I couldn't just do Thrawn. Because I don't know if I can afford to take that overflow. But yeah, Chewie's causing issues. That's for sure. Wait. You can sorry about the mouse targeting vehicles? I thought that was just characters. Blaster proficiency is just characters. Oh. Yeah, that would be why not to react. That card was always going to be really bad for me, right? Yeah, that's bad. Okay. Yes, you just target with that. That's right, because you can sniper in space and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, here's where it's going. Yeah. Yeah. This is where the last of the hope is lost. I need him to draw really poorly with these two destinies. But he only has good destinies, at least as of last turn he only had good destinies. Let's subtract 1 from his destinies by using justice. And we really just need hope here, but I think this is game. So this needs to be a 0 coming up. Did you play Battle Planes? Nine. Well, that's good for, if he draws a 0 here, I'm in good shape. I'm not in good shape. I'm in okay, possibly might, in some world, win the game shape. Now I'm dead. Alright, so I think I just concede here. Is there any play that I could make that would win the game against any sequence of cards from him? Is there a way for me to find the Stormtrooper Garrison or Mara? No, Stormtrooper Garrison and overflow Chewie for a ton. No, there is not. Unless I can do it next turn. How much could I overflow him for? Peanuts. No, basically nothing. What do you see? Yeah, that's the game, so I'm going to concede here. What do you see? Alright, hold on. I think I'm going to try to play another one. Give me a minute. Hopefully that... Oh, I didn't set the microphone up at all. I wonder... Do you hear me when I'm like this? Am I talking to my laptop? Or is there... I don't think there's a microphone in this thing. These are like... I go through headphones like crazy. Because I destroy them, always. Angelo says I need... Fine the whole time. Like when I... Is that bad when I do that? Like... Or when I type, is that super loud? Because I can't tell if I'm talking to the laptop or not. Alright, well, if there's no problem, then no problem. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Let's, see if we can get another one. In the meantime, let's discuss the game. Alright, so the question is, do I need according to my design? Now that there's more people here, I want to talk about the thing I was talking about earlier. And that was why I cut according to my design. Because I think there's a pretty good possibility I'm overlooking something significant. I just don't know what that is. My thinking was, I'm taking two base assumptions. The first being, according to my design, improves my matchup against Throne Room by 20%. Let's say from a 40-60 to a 60-40. My second assumption being that Throne Room comprises 15% of the metagame. If we synthesize those two assumptions, is it correct to say that according to my design yields 3% win rate against the field? Just on that basis, that's its entire positive. And then you subtract the negative of having, according to my design, as a dead card in the other 85% of matches. Which I don't know what, that's a hard percentage to assign, but I said like it's 1%. It makes you lose a percentage point having that. And so you lose total of 0.8%. So like it's a 4.2% net if that's the values you're using. And I thought, okay, well, maybe there's other cards that give more than 4.2%, so I added Barrier, I think. Or added some other card that wouldn't have otherwise been in the deck. Is that right? Or what am I missing? It's possible I'm also underestimating the impact of according to my design. Maybe I'm not 40% without it. Maybe it's lower. Maybe I'm higher than 60% with it. Anyone? Any feedback on that? What do you guys know about that? Alright, I want to check the forums, but I don't want to... Well, now that I'm not in dev, it doesn't really... Using the bookmark thing, like, who cares what the... All you'd see is that there are moderator threads over certain things that you probably might expect there to be moderator threads about. But I can't use view new posts. How am I supposed to... How do people browse the forums without using view new posts? Whatever, I'm not going to do it. Okay, Angelo agrees. Do you think those numbers are wrong? What do you think the numbers should be, Angelo? Because it could also be that the numbers are wrong. Go down way more with that. That's what I was thinking. Because that match was pretty rough. Or that game was pretty rough. But then, if I didn't top deck Tempest 1, I think I would have been in a lot better position. So if I didn't top deck Tempest 1, I deployed that and Fears, battle Leia, killed Leia, still flip. Do I flip still? I flip that turn, right? Yeah. because I had enough force, I'd deploy. Well, would I? Yeah, because I played 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 6, 9, 10. Maybe I wouldn't have. I had like eye roll or some like random trooper, right? So I deploy that and move the ATST over to the desert. Or deploy that to the desert, move ATST over. That's a flip? Or no, I had the 2 vehicles, so I just moved the 2 vehicles over. Flip that way. Then he has Chewie. That game was also a clinic on why losing close call was bad, though. There were multiple instances there in that game where close call would have saved me, but Dark Time did not. Hold on. Okay, no, it's kind of cold here. It's, well, not cold, but it's raining. It was raining. It's colder than I'm used to, having only gone back to the northeast from San Jose about 4 or 5 days ago. For those of you who haven't been reading open discussion on Slack, I messed up my paperwork, and in order to take the California bar exam, you need to be a member of the California bar prior to the application, and I wasn't, so they rejected my application to take the exam. So the past 2 months studying for the bar exam have not been a complete waste, because I'll be hopefully a little bit more prepared to take it in February. But yeah, that was a mistake that has set me back 6 months, because they only offer the bar exam twice a year. So I'm currently back home in Rhode Island, in the middle of nowhere, in this over 55 community where I hate my neighbors, taking care of my mom, and going to start studying for the bar in October, maybe. I don't know. I want to do it more in advance than normal, because I'm not good at studying massive amounts of hours per day. Even like in my best non-depressed state, I was never good at that. Even like when I was firing on all cylinders and I was literally the #1 student in my class, I was never studying. I was never putting forth like a 9 to 5 study day. Actually, 9 to 5 is probably accurate, but I wouldn't go past 5 like most people would. No, I would never go to 5. That would be too late, like 4. And that's what they want you to do, the bar prep courses. I can work 9 to 5 in a day, but I can't work for myself 9 to 5 in a day. But yeah, that's the, no, Angela, unfortunately, every state in America takes it on the exact same 2 days, or 2 to 3 days. And they all offer it twice. And I've looked into the other states, and the date is July 24th, so it would have been Tuesday. But I looked into it. When I found out about it, it was about a week ago now. And TTO, great. Man, so Relatively Protected is going in to my watcher step in place of What Chance Do We Have? Man, come on. Come on. Really? TTO? I thought I was done facing TTO with Watcher Step without this relatively... You know, I was hoping that would never happen again. This match is the worst match for me. Jump team. I'd like to request relatively protected, unprotected be the highest on the priority list. So we start squadron assignments over like my father before me in this match. It's more important to have the space stuff all together, and also potentially you can get Luke to Endor for 5. It doesn't get you Saber, but you find the Saber other ways. I should have maybe Dark Letter spent first action. Yeah, if he grabs here, I'm going to regret that because actually I don't want him to grab Dark Letter Spin in this situation. We'll see if we can get him to go down to 0 cards in force. But yeah, that was a clear mistake. Dark Letter Spin should have been our first action. Well, we don't need more counters against TTO. We need a defensive shield counter against TTO, is my opinion. Because relatively unprotected, it's a good card. I'm hoping its presence in the meta will be stable and will be enough to dissuade people from taking TTO. But it's never a good situation. I don't like the dynamic of a counter card where you as a dark side player are gambling that your light side opponent won't have that counter card, right? Because it's swingy, it's like really bad for you if they have it and really good for you if you don't. That's not really healthy. That's not... And at that point, I don't even feel like it's a meta read. It's a meta read if you say things like, this legitimate deck in the meta, I want to play these cards because it's against it, or good against it. Or this deck, I want to play deck X because it's good against deck Y, which is present in the meta. But the calculation of, I don't think many people are going to be playing this overpowered tech card because it's so overpowered that nobody's going to be playing the deck it counters. So it's like an uninteresting gamble to me. I don't think that dynamic adds anything to the game. So I wish they had gone with the defensive shield, which would have been always present so you could plan around it. Okay. Alright. So good thing we have Theranet because he has the Mianda package. He has Black Sun Fleet, and I cut my Admiral's order because I was expecting not TTO and I wanted to add the Rescue in the Clouds. I don't know if that was the correct cut for it. We're still working on that. He has a lot of space, but he does have Dr. Evison and Maul. He has Gick non-combo. So I can probably just spread ground. Alright, let's see. What pairs does he not have? Baron in reserve, Saber 1 not there. We don't see Darth Vader, but we see Vader's custom tie. We don't see Boba Fett, but we see Slave One. He has all three of his ships. Okay. Endor Shield is in reserve, so he's going to get Endor Shield and now a little. Okay. Okay. Wait, why did he do that? He must have not looked for something when doing Jagteq, so just a mistake on his part. Yeah, I agree. No sugar tonight. Well, it was MHT's idea originally, but I think that would have been a whole lot better for the game on balance. So the good thing is Pulsar Skate, Dark Letter Spin, Lost will okay, so he has the gig. Will crack the immunity of any of those. Well, no. Yeah. Wait, what does Vader's custom tie do again? Like, cancels the Starship's game text, right? So it doesn't. Or wait, cancels the game text of a pilot? But you can't put Darth Vader V on board. Okay. So. Let's see. Wait, I did see Meanda and Scythe 1 or just Meanda? Oh, man. I don't think I saw Scythe 1. There wasn't Scythe 1, right? So does that mean I need Theron Net on board? 2, 6, 9, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Well, first thing, obviously, is this. Okay. Pulsar Skate is in reserve. No Whis is active. Luke's lightsaber not active. Deploying Luke this turn does not make sense. I think I want to go Pulsar, Wedge, Theron Net, Liz Lomi. And then once my reload. Other smugglers, or just, yeah, I Dark Letter Spin for Falcon, Captain Han is my reload if I need that. Okay, that's fine. I still have one set for stun in reserve. I can't play around set for stun right now, I don't think. Not this early, this is too early to play around set for stun. I mean, if he has it, it's bad for me. Hey, what's up, Adam? Game text of opponent's pilot aboard a starter. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, that cancels Theron Net's game text. And then he just shoots it. Well, that needs him to get Saber 1 and Vader. But he can just do that. That's potentially bad for me. How do I play around that, actually? Is he just going to kill all my ships and there's nothing I can do about it? Well, I've got maneuver 6. I can find a Wisa, I can find they're tracking us. He'll need to actually, I mean, he has to draw 5 first off, right? Or does he have 4 or 2? It's 2, I think. Got capacitors. Hopefully this isn't a turn 2 TCO here. It's always a turn 2 TTO. Why would I think it's anything else? I don't think I've ever actually played Watch Your Step without them having a turn 2 TTO against me. And I guess probably that's the odds. Because all they need is 1 sector in hand, or that they draw into on turn 1. But it can't be that much over 50%. And every time against me, alright, let's not complain. It's not, I find it annoying when Twitch streamers complain about their luck. So I'm not going to do that. But just a disclaimer, I wasn't actually salty. Okay, this is not bad for me. I would much rather him do this because I've got the dodge than attack with. Do I Dark Layer spin now? You know what? Let's do that now. If he grabs that, then I lose this one. If he doesn't grab it, then I lose the one in used pile. Okay, he grabs it. That's expected. So we get the Falcon, right? Yeah. And I saw a non-combo kick, so that's why I was relying heavily on dodge, because I didn't expect him to have a way to cancel it. Okay, that's not bad. Question is, do I ever just attack Maul with Luke here? I have 1 dodge. So basically I'd need to get the lightsaber with I must be allowed to speak, and I need to dodge. I mean, I need to play the interrupt dodge on one of those swings and dodge a hit on the other. That might not make sense to do, because Maul's just going to be there next turn anyway, so he'll be as vulnerable, I think, to an attack from Luke next turn as he will be this turn, but I will have more security in making that attack. Let's see. We'll start with the 4 strains. I think there's no chance he plays always think of your stomach, so I'm just going to drain here. He should be pulling a useless gesture B, by the way, I think. Or they, sorry. I don't actually know who jagteq is. Darren could work as a passenger. Yeah. I kind of do think that too. Blaster deflection. Yeah, I mean, I could get blaster deflection. Oh, he lost scythe 1 from hand. What? He must have multiple scythe 1s in his deck. And so that means that, yeah, that means for sure he has another one in his hand. And there's no way he actually just loses that from hand if that was his only copy. Alright. So I don't actually have a way to search. Well, I'm never playing Falcon this turn, right? Okay, so what am I doing this turn? Deploy LR's draw a go. I could tunnel vision for free, but let's see what's in reserve first. Okay, LR's is in reserve. Now I do have a Wisa in reserve. Or in force rather. So I could tunnel vision for the Wisa. Given there would be a free tunnel vision here, I think I should do that. I don't have, I won't, alright, so Lando is also in force. Lando's nice. Tunnel vision. The thing is that I still won't have a good way to attack Maul with Luke with lightsaber with dodge and blaster deflection. But I think that's okay. He's going to get 12 next turn. Yeah, so we tunnel vision for the Wisa, play Wisa. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. And then draw a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I draw like 4 or 5 cards. If he plays a useless gesture now, I think I don't tunnel vision. Weird card. He must have another one. He must. Okay, so he does play it. He's just kind of neglecting it. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it to stack. We'll just do this move. If he wants to battle on the ground again, I'll just dodge. Then it's fine with me. Like, he wants to be advancing his space game plan here. I'm fine taking the firepower hit. Okay, Lando, good. That was, aside from Lando, that was a pretty underwhelming draw there. Super Laser Mark II only targets capital starships, so it's irrelevant. Was this before I was talking about the fact that I was complaining too much, or was that in response to? Because I really... Oh, I didn't pull Battle Plan because I was checking the Twitch chat. Whoops. Okay. I wanted Battle Plan. Oh well. I never deploy Castle against TTO. Second Luke. I only have one dodge. No, one from reserve. Oh, there we go. Okay. Not pulling Battle Plan, I was wrong. Well, opponent did that. Yeah, exactly. Okay. This is fine. I dodged this. Do I try to draw out the jagteq here if he... Well, let's see what happens. Yeah, let's dodge. So I think I'm going to use Lando to attack Maul instead of Luke. I just don't have this. Now that I can get value out of... What if Leslomi goes here? Actually, Leslomi does go here. Of course he does. Yeah, that's pretty great. Okay. Now I lose... Rujix is a good card to lose. We'll get rid of one of the Lukes from hand. So now Lando's good. If he wants to move Maul over so that he's not vulnerable to clash, sorry about the mess here. Then I get the drain, so he can't do that, so maybe he has to move them in here, or maybe he stays there. Yeah. This is just good. And he still hasn't advanced his TTO game plan. He asked if he can initiate against Leslomi again, but they cannot. Keep on assuming my opponent's male, I'm sorry for that. They have a lot of fun emotes on Twitch. Huh, okay. What? What are these? Okay. Okay. I took it 11. I think I'd go after mall. Although that does, the thing about going after mall is that does mean that does turn on additional malls in his hand. Ginger, come here. Give me a minute. Alright, so I wrote that. I'm back. Okay, so my turn. So clearly I activate. Drain. I kind of want Luke. I want to do the Luke play. Well, let's see if the lightsaber is in force or not. Alright, Jerry's having a lot of fun. I know that, like, I'm aware that there's a culture behind all the emotes, and like they're not just pictures, obviously. Like, I know, this is true of emojis too. I just don't know what they actually, except for I know this one means you're excited. But other than that, I don't know. But I tend not to participate in the Twitch chats that are so fast that people resort to the emotes. I'll watch some of them. I'll watch like Dog or Disguised Toast. But at that point, when it goes so fast, what's the point of even talking? Alright, let's see if we can find Talon Card's ship again. Luke's lightsaber is still in the reserve deck. Okay, so what does that mean? That means attacking Tarkin doesn't make sense. So I do this attack. on Mall, which means I kind of want to back up LRs. That's unfortunate. Alright, well. Maybe I just jagteq LRs if he's able to get to it. Alright, so like my father before me, or boss master chambers? Or melee. No. I'm just accepting that I'll jagteq LRs if he's able to beat LRs down. So this is 2 force next turn. But probably Luke's lightsaber will be in force next turn, so it won't actually get me anything. But maybe it will be in reserve again. It's not. It's like slightly under 50% to be in reserve. It's actually close. And I have multiple ways of getting boss nest chambers with subsequent Wisas, or if I lose a Wisa. You know what? Oh, I'm actually 1 force shy of being able to deploy Luke battle. No, but why would I do that? Because he has kicking hand. Yeah, I'm actually going to take this with an aim for playing Luke next turn. Sub to a Zelda speedrunner, so I have access. Yeah, you're telling me about the speedrun. I like speedruns too. I like the Mario speedruns better than the Zelda ones. But I do like watching speedruns. Speedruns and Hearthstone are like the only 2 things that I'll watch. I like watching a lot of Cheese 05. Although that's a salty streamer. Gameplay question, why did I not deploy Luke to DB? Well, I actually can't do that because the saber was in reserve. And I don't have like my father before. I have like my father before me now. But I didn't then. But yes. If like my father before me had already been in hand, I think that was the play. And in fact, I was thinking that I was preferring to Luke this turn if I had the chance of getting Luke's lightsaber from the use pile with the I must be allowed to speak search, but I didn't. Let's see, his attrition is 4. So Lomi is the clear. He doesn't have Darth Maul non-V. Lomi is the one I forfeit, and this time I'm going to pull Battle Blood. Oh, well, where's the other? Yeah, Zelda Ocarina. Yeah, I do like Ocarina. Here's the problem I have. We talked about this on Slack, but we haven't talked about this like through voice. The Ocarina of Time speedruns don't resemble the game of Ocarina of Time to me. Because it's so glitchy. Like, nobody wrong warps in just like normal play. And yeah, there are Super Mario glitches, but those glitches are just like, or Mario 64 glitches, but those glitches are just like ways that you can move really fast. You're still, you know, Mario is still going from point A to point B in a way that you can recognize, as opposed to Link leaving the Deku Tree and showing up in, you know, Ganon's castle or whatever. That's unsatisfying to me when that happens. Ginger, Ginger, come here. Ginger, come here. Baby, baby, come here. Why'd you leave me alone? Come here, come sit with me. Yeah, that a girl. Yeah, I can see that. And the level of precision for doing stuff like that is ridiculous. And some of it makes sense. Like, I love that the way the Moo Moo skip is just like jump out of the farm, and the game assumes that, oh, you finished the mission and you're jumping out with Epona because that's the only way people leave wait, not Moo Moo, Lon Lon. Interesting. If I were him, I would have 100% gone for Elors here. I don't have the dodge. So, it's possible he misses though. No, it's not possible he misses. But I'll cancel this. Game text. Actually, what if I don't cancel the game text? Save myself a force. I draw 2 destiny into his 1. So basically, all it does is it stops him from hitting Talon card. And that canceling this game text is only relevant if I need Talon card's forfeit value. Let's play the odds that I don't need Talon card's forfeit value. And save myself 1 active force. I don't think this is too greedy. I think this is the right play. If it goes disastrously somehow, I do have Hootniks. But that would be bad if I have to use that. A golden doodle. Oh. Okay. So that would make more sense then. So I guess it's still a good thing I didn't cancel this game text. Okay. So I think I make him burn the Gick here. And the question is if I walk in the Lando. Or what if I just attack Endor? Okay, there goes. He's lost a lot of his space, just like from cards. But he still has a lot left. Do I? Whoop. Let's see. I don't have. If I had moving to attack position, I think I attack Endor. No. Let's kill the Tatooine docking bay. Yeah. And then I think I walkling. Alright, so let's nice. Luke's lightsaber is in reserve, so the Like My Father Before Me will actually get value here. It's technically possible for me to miss Tarkin, but very unlikely. And I have 2 Isas active, so I might actually... No, I probably don't. Alright, but first of all, I just need to take a bathroom break, so we'll do that first. Wait, I guess if you can hear me, why do I keep on putting these into my ears? I'm not listening to anything. What's wrong with me? Okay. Alright, let's see. Just check the chat. Okay, nothing new. Alright, so this. Oops, no. That. Now Luke. Sorry about the mess, might be better here than Clash of Sabers. I can save Clash. So, and it saves Force. So sorry about the mess. Tarkin. Burn the Gick. Yeah, I like that. Well, moving, no, I want moving. They're too similar. It's too small of an upgrade for moving not to be more significant for me. I don't want... I could potentially put half of this down and then Next turn. Do I do that? That would be committing me really hard to... No, actually it wouldn't. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, place card from hand on force pile. Falcon. Deploy Luke's lightsaber. Oh, wait a second. No. I battle, I hit Tarkin. He adds a destiny, I clash. Also draws one battle destiny. I forgot about that. So sorry about the mess, would have prevented that from happening. Which, I mean, the destiny isn't going to kill Luke, but it might mean that he doesn't have to gick. But then again, he might still have to gick, so whatever. I want to kill both of these guys. I could potentially clash before battle and just blow up also, but that's not worth it to me. Alright, draw the 0. Get that out of the way. Alright, close enough. So I put a 0 and a 2 and everything else is good, I think. Yep. So now again, I could clash Ozzel to force the gick, but I just want to kill both of these guys. And now Elors is protected by the defensive RLR, and I threaten the offensive RLR. Oh, he grabbed it. Okay. I forget that I kind of wanted to walkling the Lando before playing Clash, but he grabbed it, so that didn't actually hurt me. Let's walkling Lando now. Okay. There we go. That's good. He's gonna have to kick. That was good luck. Well, maybe he doesn't have to kick. He can peel 3. I think it's still better. Like, even that ended up being a better result than had I taken Sorry About the Mess. Sorry About the Mess wasn't enough of an upgrade, and he played the kick, so perfect. Okay. So now do I grab it to stop him from no escaping? What else am I grabbing? He has Dark Maneuvers. Maybe I just grab Dark Maneuvers, honestly. Yeah, I don't want to use a Force either. Yeah, let's let that go. If he no escapes the kick, I'm fine with this. He has 3 cards in hand also, so the probability of having no escape right now is low. I let him drain 2/2, that's fine. And I draw a couple. Okay. Tarkin's orders. Maybe I grab. If he takes Tatooine. If he takes Tatooine. He's playing this. I have to say, I don't think he's playing particularly well. He should be focused on getting TTO damage too. I don't know why he's not trying to get TTO damage. Also, keeping sorry about the mess. Actually, now I'm immune to haircut at both sites. Or, well, not. I mean, if I find the sorry about the mess. Okay, so last 3 from top. Okay, yep. So Falcon should still be in reserve. Oh, he did no escape the gig. Okay, that's not that bad. Okay, so backing up Endor. Dodge is here. I have neither dodge nor blaster reflection. But I can tunnel vision for the Landa. Landa will be active, right? So he was 11 down, I lost 3, activate 10. So I can make him Gek here. I'll do that. Can I make him Gek without playing both? Maybe not. The question is, can I play the tunnel vision from Lost Pile? Or do I have to play the tunnel vision from hand? How far down is that Lando? Let's say it's 8 down and activate 10 here. I would have to use like my father before me first. And there's nothing I really want to like my father before me here, is there? No. So tunnel vision from hand. I haven't yet. No sugar tonight. It seems interesting. Actually, Watcher Step is the only light side deck I played Sunset Night. But I want to try other decks. I think I'll be more inclined to try new stuff once everything is into Jeff. Maybe he just lost them all because of Theranet. Maybe he lost his weapons package because of Theranet. And he wasn't thinking, he was thinking it would just take too long to combo Vader and that. But I don't know what I'd do if he just has Vader canceling Theranet's game text and shoots every one of my ships. And TTOs me. I mean, I don't know how I beat that. I think that was his winning line. Okay. Yeah, I put it ball. This, yeah, this right. Okay. I've already got him my use pile search off of Lando, so. We know he has kick in hand, so this is. If I had known actually he was going to play this way, maybe I should have grabbed the Gick actually, because I knew I could set this up. And he had 3 cards in hand. Yeah, you know what? Not grabbing Gick was a mistake now that I think about it more. Because what was I expecting him to do? What could he have done to escape the possibility of having to Gick this battle? I don't think he could have done anything. And I'm gonna have, yeah, it was clear. That was clearly a misplay on my part. Oh, I could miss this, and that would make Gick still good. I mean, yeah. So, well, I did miss it. But I think even knowing that I would miss it, like, he's still going to Gick this battle. Unless I draw like, is there even bad battle destiny? That was pretty much my bad destinies out of the way, right? So, yeah, I don't think there's destiny draws I could draw that would cause him not to want to Gick this. Wait, did I have all of that stuff? in hand to set up the beatdown. I didn't have the second tunnel vision. And actually, I didn't know that I could tunnel vision. Wait, I did know that I could tunnel vision for Lando, because I lost, because I was going to lose like 3 from the top anyway. Maybe I should have lost 4 from the top, and that way I could have tunnel visioned from my lost pile, because Lando would have been 1 further down in my force pile, because I didn't know that I was going to draw the tunnel vision. So that was the plan. You grab the Gick, and lose 4 from reserve to use force trains, so that you could get down to the point where Lando is the 3rd card in force pile, so you could pay 2 to tunnel vision from the lost, get Lando, scrub, which I already had my loss, right? Did I already have my loss? I think I did. Maybe not. But I could have expected to draw some character. It's a reasonable expectation. Alright, so now I do lose Lando, so that Melas can go here. But I mean, he had to have exactly no escape for it to punish me. But I think the idea is, if I win the game always if he doesn't have no escape, shouldn't I just play around him having no escape? Them. I don't know that this guy is male, or this person is male. I don't know why I keep on saying him. I know why. Years of habit and the overall population of, I mean, CCGs and Star Wars CCG in particular, but still a bad habit. I'll draw one. And circulate. Yeah, this I'll do next turn. Where are the cards? I know where they are. What were my destinies again? Anything that I want of those? Chewie. Yeah. Okay, so where was Chewie? It was after 3, 6, 7. So if I activate... Yeah, okay. So I'll see if I can rescue into Chewie. Well, Chewie... How good is Chewie here? So I have the Hoojix for this. I can't dodge this because I don't have dodge available, but also it's very likely I don't even need to Hoojix. Let's see what his destiny, or what their destiny is. A 1. So yeah, I just forfeited LRS and this is fine. So they are playing Darth Vader V with Vader's custom type V. What was the... There's some non-synergy there, right? Where was the... We had 1 pilot, non-virtual... Okay, so that this Vader doesn't deploy -2 aboard, basically, is the difference. Okay. Yeah, that's probably still worth it if you're playing Vader's custom tie. This Vader is just so good in space. I mean, I play this Vader to put him on Star Destroyers, so yeah. Okay, so now they're going for jagteq with the TTO stuff. And probably now move Saber 1 over here, anticipating Black Sun Fleet. So Falcon's going to be active next turn. But the turn after I can do Falcon. Which is fine, because this turn I think I want to try to get Chewie. 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, Chewie should be... Alright, so if I activate 11, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, how much? When did I draw Chewie? Scrolling up is not cheating, by the way. Alright, so I draw Outrider and then Chewie. Alright, so that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9. So will we activate 10? Let's just activate 9 just in case. If Chewie is the second card from the top here, I'll know that I was correct. But I think this is... Chewie is around this vicinity, so this should get me... This doesn't get me Chewie. Wait, there's Outrider. Is Chewie now the top card of Force Power? Was I that far off? What did I spend Force on? Well, obviously I'm taking Outrider. Okay. Well, let's start by force draining. I'm running 2 Rescue in the Clouds and 2 Control Tunnel Visions. I was thinking at first of cutting the Control Tunnel Vision because it kind of has a similar function to Rescue in that it helps you find cards. But I ended up not doing that. So I'm not entirely confident that this is the correct build, that those were the cuts to make. But right now, I can't. What did I cut? I cut the Admiral's Order because I didn't expect to. I expected less TTO with relatively unprotected, and I intend to add. This card should be relatively unprotected as soon as that's programmed into jump. And then, what was my other cut? I can't remember what the other card I cut was. Maybe it was Neighbor. Which again, I'm not crazy about. Like, it's really hard for me to cut cards from the Watch First Out because they all have important uses. Alright. So I have no idea why Chewie was not in those 3. I mean, I know, because I messed up the counting. But let's hope that Chewie is among the top, is the 3rd. So I'm gonna try to tunnel vision here, and I'm hoping Chewie will be the top card of my force pile, and that will mean that at least I was only off by 1, or off by 2, but at least once he was next to Outrider. There's Chewie, okay. So Chewie, and I get either Dash or Mirax, deploy them both battle. And then next turn, I tunnel vision for something in Falcon with Captain Han or Outrider and Dash in battle. Yeah, sorry, so let's do this. Alright, but it's 25% actually that I don't get either of those, but then there's the possibility that there is also a smuggler in my use pile already. Okay, got Mirax. Yeah, let's just... Not gonna miss Vader, right? There we go. This could potentially be game as well. Actually, this is very likely game. If I use Like My Father Before Me here, I have the potential to add one with Heading for the Medical Frigate. I don't see a world in which that wins me a game which I would otherwise lose. So I just pass. Well, that's a way. I've actually literally never had a Wisa in my hand all game. I haven't drawn many cards, actually. It's been mostly down to tunnel visions and imbats and whatever else. Just kind of coasting on card selection rather than card quantity. I mean, it's kind of one of those snowball effects, right? I would have had more access to more cards had I had the Boston Extra Chambers. Not having it has left me choked and unable to get it. That is, I think there are two major fundamental issues with Star Wars CCG, and I say this, it's a problem with the resource system. The resource system, I think, makes it the best game ever because of the amount of interesting decisions that the fluidity of the resource system creates between using, saving, drawing cards, the fact that your cards are your life force, the fact that your resources are also your hand, and everything you do is a trade-off. I think it's extremely interesting. But there's two opposite ways the game snowballs in a bad way, and that's bad starts in terms of activation just snowball and compound themselves in a negative way that makes for non-games. I mean, this was not a non-game, I've just not won. And the other thing is that when you get to an early life force deficit that in Hearthstone, if you have 1 life, your cards still all function exactly the same as they would at 30. The only difference in life is between 1 and 0. It's not like you're 1/30th as effective as you would otherwise have been. That's not true in Star Wars. There's kind of like this long extended lame duck portion at the end of games where just comebacks aren't possible because of the early life force differences. And that, I think, could be problematic. Chess has the same problem. Chess is way worse at that. Chess is terrible for that. Like, pretty much all, I mean, if you look at pro players, I mean, I'm not a chess expert. I don't watch a ton of chess. But how often does an actual checkmate happen in pro play? I think very rarely, right? Somebody resigns because they know it's inevitable and playing out the end game is just absolutely pointless. That's not ideal. The end of the game should be the most interesting part of the game. Oh, the Red Sox are on. And that's the problem with basketball as well. The ending of a basketball game is the worst part of it, and it should be the most exciting. The stupid fouling thing, they need to change that by rules. They need to find...
Yes, it is proud to support the Men's Warehouse Suit Drive in July. When you make a donation to gently used professional clothing at any Men's Warehouse, you help unemployed men and women look their best as they re-enter the workforce. Learn more at nwsuitdrive.com. So nice healthy lead for Chris Sale as we go to the bottom half of the...
Healthy lead for Chris Sale. Oh, 6-0. Alright, cool. Okay. I think that's it for me. Let's see, anyone talking? Nope. Okay, I'm done. Thanks for watching. Follow the Twitch account if you want to see me do more. I'm just going to use this to stream so that it's the same link every time, as opposed to the YouTube thing, which is stupid. And I'm going to try to put it on YouTube. Alright, bye everyone. How do I end this? Oh, here we go.